Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Warren from Pattern Journal. This is a continuation of the last video that we did, in which we unboxed this figure right here, which is the Masters of the Universe Core Tila. And we did have some issues with this one, but however, this time we're actually going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to go towards a different Masters of the Universe toy line. This is one that I've actually been surprised at how many times Mattel has launched He-Man in like the last 15 years. There's been so many different toy lines, different versions and everything. Well, you know, almost all of them are building up on the classic designs. So we're gonna go back a few years now. We're gonna go back exactly like 4 years, and we are gonna be talking about this beauty right here. This is the new for 22. This is Flying Fist He-Man, heroic leader with the arm swinging action. This is a really good one. You know, I'm actually not sure exactly what this is. I do think that this references an older 80s toy that came for He-Man, but what I find really neat is all the extra stuff that it's in there, and there's some actually, you know, there's some action going on with the figure itself, which is something you don't find in the modern toy lines. Whether it's a Savage Eternia or New Eternia or the Revolution, whatever, you know, all those different ones that have come out in the last few years, especially with these comic ones. There's no actual play with the action figures themselves, you know, whereas with this one, it's a whole different story. So I'm going to come over to the front now, and we're going to see this in some more detail. So here you go. As you can see, it's a bit, you know, seems a little Christmassy with the bright reds everywhere. So there's a bunch of different accessories. There's a sword. There's the attachments for the flying fists, which I'm actually not even sure how it's going to all fit. There's even an extra hand, which I believe is for the sword. There's an extra head as well, which has a different expression on him. And it seems that, you know, it was like I said, it was part of this small toy line where, you know, each figure had some kind of play to them. So with Skeletor, you have the Terror Claws. With Buzz Off, I'm guessing there's something to do with his wings. Not sure what Stratos would do or Jitsu would do. Jitsu is one I used to have. Actually, I still have his sword. Unfortunately, that's all I have of him. I don't have the figure itself. But, you know, his right hand, he used to be a chopping motion. Like there were springs or something involved in the arm joint, which, you know, gave him that feel. So I'm guessing there's something similar here at work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open this, and then we're just going to see what makes this tick. And it seems there's also a comic or something. So that's cool. I love these comics. So we're going to see what everything is all about, right? So see you after the jump. Bye. Alright guys, so we're back after the jump, and as you can see here, He-Man has been unboxed here, and you know, he actually looks quite good. The new shiny effect on the whole armor and everything, it's really cool. And what I find really nice is that, you know, he has a twist feature, which is something that used to be in some of the old models, the old action figures. So you see here, you know, so that's the flying fist effect, you know. There you go. So this moves independently, and you know, of course, you have the sword you can give him instead. Yeah, it can fit in the right hand, or you can switch out the left hand if you want to give it to him in that one instead of the shield that he has. The extra head I'm not so fond of, you know, but it looks pretty cool regardless. And the head that he does have, that's the version I wanted for my original He-Man that I have. The 2020 reissue right here for Origins. I wanted that head on this guy. So, but on these, I don't think they're interchangeable. And I don't want to particularly try either. I don't want to screw it up and then end up with having no He-Man, because, you know, that would be terrible. But yeah, it's a version that I'm really chasing, but they are so expensive now, guys. Like even these 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old figures, they are so expensive these days. But anyways, I really like the sword. It's got quite a bit of heft in it in the design. And actually, let's see if it can fit on the old one, which it should be able to. Yeah, see? It looks so much good on the Origins version as well, compared to the flimsy sword that he has, that he comes with, that he and Skeletor come with. So much better. Definitely, I might actually see if I can score a second version of this sword right here, because it's a complete sword. You know, it's not the original mechanic where, you know, Skeletor and He-Man swords are two halves of the same one, but it's a complete sword on its own. So yeah, that's good. And quality wise, I think I'm quite happy with it. The armor is a little too shiny, which, you know, doesn't quite make sense to me, but I just can't get enough of this twist version, the twisties, you know. Looks so cool. It's like, yes, boom, 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 boom. I think my kids are gonna go berserk when they're playing with this guy. It is something right up their alley, and like I said, you know, it goes back to some of the twist action that was also there in the 80s toy line, the original toy line. This would look quite good, I would suppose. I'm just not a fan of it, you know, because this is the original version of the head for me, right? Minus the super blonde here, or the super yellow here. But that's the face itself. That's the, you know, that brings out the nostalgia for me. But this is pretty cool. And, you know, of course, there's not much else to say. The articulation on the points, which do matter, it's really tight. And, you know, I would rate it maybe like a 5.5 there. The legs have an easier articulation than the arms, which, you know, they don't make sense to me. But this, I think, is just so you can do the play with the figure rather than being something. It would be nice if there was actually like space to have the sword fit there, because right now there isn't. You would have to, like, you know, have it like that or something, but then it doesn't fit. So that sucks. And because of the twist action, there's no like articulation in the torso itself at this point, like is it there with most figures that we have seen in the last few videos. But I mean, I can ignore that. I mean, the twist action, it's pretty cool. And apparently on this one, according to the instruction booklet that came with it, you can remove his feet, or actually the fur that's on at the top of his feet. You can remove that, which seems really odd choice. It's like, why would you wanna, you know, doesn't quite make much sense to me, but it is what it is. And then of course, finale, it's the comic that he comes with, so it repeats the figures that are part of this wave. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the Terror Claws Skeletor. So this one, it shows him fighting Hordak and the Horde on Etheria. And of course, you know, there's no She-Ra, which is so odd. It's like you have Skeletor, you have Hordak and everything, but you don't have She-Ra, which is such a missed opportunity, right? This would have been a great time to put in a She-Ra figure that had some of this extra retro play to it. But anyways, it looks quite good. I really like it, and I think this is one of the best figures I've gotten recently, and certainly one of the it's going to be the most enjoyable ones for me and for my kids. So anyways, guys, that's me signing off, and just as a parting shot, just gonna give you the entire look so you can see the entire thing. Just gonna remove this here, and yeah, that's it, guys. Cheers. See you guys next time.